Breaking news here on Chicago Bears Now. Welcome in, everybody. I am Harrison Graham. We are live on YouTube and on Rumble. The Chicago Bears have made a trade. They are sending Robert Quinn to the Philadelphia Eagles. We're going to break this all down in even further detail throughout, but let's give you what we know right now. Ian Rapoport broke the news to kick things off. Him and Mike Garafolo, major move with the NFL's best team per Rapoport. I wouldn't say Philly's the best team, but I get what he's saying. They add a pass rusher. Here are the trade details. Pretty simple. 4th-round pick for Robert Quinn. And, hey, I actually like getting a 4th here considering Quinn hasn't played that well this year. I think that's pretty good. Now, maybe you could have gotten a 2nd or 3rd in the offseason, but that's neither here nor there. What do you guys think? Who won the trade? Type CHI for the Bears, type PHI for the Philadelphia Eagles. You can also vote on our live poll that has over 500 votes on it. 56% say Bears, 44% say the Philadelphia Eagles. So let us know what you guys think. Andres says Philadelphia, Maxwell, Joel say Chicago. The sports card says Philly, so does Rear and Mike and Q Carrito, McGulley. Honestly, I think getting a 4th is pretty good work here. I really do. I think it's pretty solid. It's, coming into the season, you wouldn't have taken a 4th, but I think through 7 games, it's pretty good, honestly. He's got 1 sack this year, not a ton of pressures. I think it's a decent move. Sam, do we have the tweet with the financial implications? I want to mention that part of it as well for the Chicago Bears. So Mike Garafolo added this, that the Bears will be picking up most of his remaining salary for Robert Quinn, most of the remaining salary, I should say. So this trade will cost the Eagles draft capital, but not a lot of money. But I think that means just for this year. I don't think the Bears are going to be on the books completely for the next 2 years. I'm going to have to figure that out. But assuming that's the case and he's off your books, you have $125 million in cap space next year because you're at 107. His cap hit for next year was going to be 18 or so. We'll double check and see how that goes. If any of you guys see that, let me know. But if that is the case, then I think it's pretty good. You don't need a ton of extra cap for the rest of this year. The Bears aren't going to go add a $20 million player or something like that. So I think that's a pretty good deal. Brandon with the Super Chat, and we're going to do a Super Chat battle with Philadelphia Eagles Now, our Eagles channel, going live for this as well. We beat them live, so hey, let's get an early lead here. Brandon says, Bears somehow got a 4th and free up $9 million. That's a massive win. So yeah, again, I don't think they're actually freeing that much right now. In the future, it frees up cap, but sounds like they're paying most of the remaining salary this year, which was maybe 10, 12 million. I'd have to double check, but I think maybe it frees up a couple million this year, but nothing super noticeable this year. But for next year, absolutely. Now, we do have a quick little Super Chat menu. If you guys want to donate, cool. We'll stay live longer. If not, no big deal. $5 will Beers Cheers. $20 shot of Fireball. $100 we will do the beer bong. And hey, we might even bring back Shot Clock today. Who knows? It's been a while since we've done that. I'm down to party. I'm down to hang out. I'm down to see what you guys want to do today. Quick 5-0 lead on Eagles Now. We'll keep tabs on this here, but really it's up to you guys on that front. Give me your one-word reaction to Robert Quinn getting traded to Philadelphia. Let me know. I got a Beers Cheers Brandon Super. One-word reactions. Nunu says awful trade. He's 32 and not playing that well this year. I love Robert Quinn. It made Roquan Smith cry at his press conference today. Like, these things aren't easy, but, Ryan Poles has got to think beyond this year. And quite frankly, Dominic Robinson and Trevis Gibson have probably been more consistent than Quinn this year. Now, I could see Quinn bouncing back with better talent around him. He's kind of been this up-and-down guy his whole career. Like, he's, I don't think he's completely cooked, but for how he's played this year, I don't think it's that bad of value, to be completely honest. Shout out to Wasim, says good move for both the Bears and Quinn. I kind of think so too. Quinn gets to go to an immediate contender in Philly, a team that I've compared the Bears to for how they were last year. Remember, they traded Zach Ertz away, went on a run, snuck into the playoffs, and made big moves in the offseason. Now they're looking like a Super Bowl contender. Maybe the Bears could be a similar team next year. We'll have to wait and see. But I don't think this is a move that signals the end of your season either. again, Quinn has not been a major impactful player this year. That is just the reality. So it is what it is on that front. What do you guys think? Should the Bears make another trade? Type Y for yes, type N for no. This is a trade for the future? Yeah, it is. But it also doesn't kill you right now. Like, you trade Roquan now, yeah, white flag time. Like, you're saying, yeah, that this season's cooked. Which, hey, they might trade Roquan. I wouldn't completely rule it out. Jaxo says yes. Christopher says yes. Quinn's old. Yeah, I mean, he's 32, man. He's got 2 more years on his contract. I mean, to get out from under that next year and beyond is Q Carrito did tweet me and say, from what he's seen, it's only the 2022 salary. Oh, there's also a tweet out there. This isn't a verified account, though, that the Bears are paying most of his remaining salary this year, $7.9 million. He's under contract through 24, $14 million cap hit in 2023, $13 million in 2024. So TBD what the Eagles do with those years. Maybe they restructure his deal. We'll have to wait and see. But it sounds like only the Bears are on the hook for this year, which makes sense. Poles would not have made this trade if he was still going to be on the hook for next year. Mogul says yes. Kevin says yes. EPC says no. Break says no. Charles says yes. Jackson says yes. Peloton says yes. So, hey, I think all in all, it's a win-win. Quinn goes to a contender, and the Bears get not a great, but a good-ish pick, a middle-round pick here. And having more picks is a good thing for a team trying to, build for the future. So I think it's a good deal for everybody involved. Subscribe to the channel because we have 1,000 people watching live, and I know all of you guys are not subscribed. When the Bears make a move, we'll break it down in a video. The link is below, but just hit the sub button on your phone or on your tablet, however you're watching. 100% free. Turn on that notification bell, and that way you know live, or that way you know when we go live, just like we are today. So subscribe to the channel, and hey, we have daily videos for you guys. I actually already put out 2 videos today, a Bears-Cowboys preview and just some news and rumors, including the latest on Quinn. So you can check that out, although that part of the video is kind of dead now, but other good info in there, injury updates. So go check out those videos after today's show. All right, Killer DeVille with the super chat. Borum and concussion protocol, Reef time? Maybe. Yeah, I didn't hit that news. I had just put out another video. So, yeah, Riley Reef could get the start this week if Larry Borum is unable to play. So that is the situation on that front. So if you're just joining us, Robert Quinn has been traded to the Philadelphia Eagles for a 4th-round pick. Wanted to get an increased audience in here before we broke this down into further details. Oh, let's hit that super chat real quick, Sam, and then we'll start. And then let's flash the menu one more time, and then after the cut, we'll dive into some super chats here. I'm also going to offer the people a deal during this cut as well. So, Dennis, real quick, you get a super chat in here, $20, which is a shot of Fireball. Jaxo getting one in too. Love Big Rob, but he's been consistently the most inconsistent pass rusher over the past decade. Yeah, he's up and down. He was great last year, obviously. I don't think we would have gotten better than a third this offseason, and this is only marginally worse return. Yeah, I think those are some good points here. And Dennis, cheers. $20 super chats are a shot of Fireball. $5 is a Beers Cheers, and $100 is a beer bong. We'll do some beer bongs for $100 if you guys are interested in that sort of thing. We'll flash the menu real quick for you guys. I'm going to offer you a deal, and I'm going to include Jaxo's super chat as part of this deal. We're about to break down this Robert Quinn trade into further detail. We'll save Jaxo's super chat. Every $10 super chat, not total, individual $10 super chat, starting with Jaxo, so that's going to be one, is going to be a shot just during this cut. So 50% off for the next 10 or 12 minutes. If you want me to take a shot of Fireball, it'll only cost you $10 between now and the end of the Quinn trade breakdown. Once that ends, back up to $20. So 50% off during this segment. But let's break down the Robert Quinn trade news as he has been sent to the Philadelphia Eagles for a 4th-round pick. We're going to do all of that, then answer some questions next here on Chicago Bears Now. Today's Bears breaking news is presented by LinkedIn Talent Solutions. And hey, if you're looking to grow your small business or looking to expand your company, look no further. LinkedIn Jobs is going to help you find the best and most qualified candidates out there. And you can post your job for free at linkedin.com/NFL Daily. That is linkedin.com/NFL Daily. Maybe the Philadelphia Eagles put out a job posting for a pass rusher because they just got a new one. The Chicago Bears are sending Robert Quinn to the Philadelphia Eagles as Ryan Poles makes his first in-season trade as general manager of this football team. Of course, he traded Khalil Mack in the offseason to the LA Chargers for a second-round pick. He now ships out Robert Quinn to the Philadelphia Eagles. Ian Rapoport, want to give credit here. He broke the news along with Mike Garafolo, saying that Quinn is getting traded to the Eagles, and the Eagles are simply reloading here. Here are the trade details, which Adam Schefter had. Fourth-round pick to Chicago for Robert Quinn. My initial reaction is I'm actually pleasantly surprised. And look, I like Robert Quinn a lot. He's a good player, but he hasn't really played like it this year. We've talked about this before, that he's been a very up and down kind of guy in his career. You know, he'll have a great year, then a not very good year, then a great year. That's kind of who he's been. And we're in one of those years where he's not playing super well. So to get a fourth for him is pretty solid. There are financial implications, which we'll talk about, but I think all in all, this is pretty fair for both sides. The Eagles add a veteran pass rusher as they look to contend for a Super Bowl, and the Bears get a fourth-round pick. Middle-round pick for a guy that's 32 years old and underperforming this year. I think that's pretty solid for Ryan Poles. What is your one-word reaction to the Robert Quinn trade to the Philadelphia Eagles? What do you guys think? One-word reaction to trading Quinn to the Eagles? Let me know down in the comments section. My one word is just fair. I think it's fair for everyone. I think it's fair for Philadelphia. You know, I thought you might get a fifth for Quinn. I think the Eagles say, okay, we'll throw you a fourth because we're going to be picking late in that round based on the way they're winning and losing right now, which they haven't lost yet. And they want to get their hands on a guy who last year showed he can be a beast. 18.5 sacks, but the year before, 2 sacks. The year before that, 11.5. The year before, 6.5. See this kind of topsy-turvy? This year he's kind of in a down year again, really in a down year with only 1 sack in 7 games. But for Robert Quinn, he gets to go play next to guys like Fletcher Cox in Philadelphia. They've got some other pieces on that front as well. So he gets to kind of, re-energize himself with a veteran football team. And for the Bears, they make a move for the future without gutting this season. Robert Quinn was not making a huge impact on wins and losses through 7 games. Now, we'll see how the pass rush looks moving forward. I'm excited to see guys like Dominique Robinson and Trevis Gibson get even more opportunities, and this is kind of how I want to see it look, with Al-Qadim Muhammad being your third edge rusher, who he's been okay this year, but I'm playing Gibson and Robinson more if I'm Matt Eberflus and Alan Williams. I want to see these young bucks play, because when Robinson's been playing, he's been showing out. And by the way, he was a 5th-round pick, and he's a rookie balling out. Ryan Poles adds a 4th-round pick. Trevis Gibson in year 3 having a quality season as well. So I don't think it guts your defensive end position. I could see the Bears elevating someone from the practice squad at that spot, potentially to give you more depth. But this is the NFL, man. Depending on where you are as a team, it makes sense to trade guys. And quite frankly, trading Robert Quinn made sense. And the fact that it wasn't just a 6th or 7th-round pick, that you get a 4th, I actually think that's pretty good. I'm pretty pleased with this move overall. This is why you subscribe to the channel, because when the Bears make moves, a trade, a signing, whatever it is, we're going to break it down with the video. And if it's a big trade like this, we're definitely going to go live. So hit that subscribe button here on the channel and turn on the notification bell. That way you know when we go live, just like when we do for our watch parties, which will be live on Sunday for Bears Cowboys. So this is the channel for daily Bears videos, news, rumors, trade buzz, and more. So don't miss any of it. Now let's talk about the financials when it comes to this trade. This is kind of similar to the Von Miller deal last year. Remember when Von Miller got dealt to the LA Rams and the Broncos picked up most of that remaining contract for that season? That is what the Bears are doing here. They're going to pick up most of the remaining salary for Robert Quinn this year, which is just under $8 million. So for the Eagles, it only costs draft capital, but not a lot of money for this year. Now, assumingly, the Eagles will have to deal with the cap hits for the next 2 seasons, which will be like $13, $14 million, but If the Bears, which I think they are, I'll triple check this, but I think they are, wiped clean from Quinn after this year, they are now going to have about $125 million in cap space next offseason. You know what you can do with the $125 million? A damn lot. You can go get an edge rusher on the market to replace Quinn, who's younger. You can get some help for Justin Fields. You can make trades and absorb big contracts if you choose to do that, if you like someone on the trade market that is a younger piece for the future. This gives Ryan Poles flexibility, even more than he was already going to have. And on top of that, you get a middle round draft pick as well. Never a bad thing to have a lot of draft picks. So, again, I think it's a win-win. Philadelphia doesn't mortgage too much with the middle-round pick. Quinn goes to a contender, and the Bears get an extra pick and financial flexibility moving forward. I like this move for everyone. So what do you think? Who won the trade? Type CHI for the Bears, PHI for the Eagles, or type B for both. It could certainly be both. I'm kind of in that range as well, but I'm okay with this overall. CHI for the Bears, PHI for the Eagles. Now, the Eagles have a new employee, and the Bears might be looking for a new one to fill that roster spot. But LinkedIn Talent Solutions is going to help you find new employees and the best applicants possible, because they'll allow you to post your job for free at linkedin.com/NFL Daily. Add your job to their hiring frame on the LinkedIn profile once you create it at linkedin.com/NFL Daily. That'll spread the word that you are hiring. They have simple tools, really easy user face experience for you guys to go out and find those candidates. They'll quickly prioritize who you'd like to interview and hire. And guys, this is critical. Here at Chat Sports, we've hired a lot of people in the last 2 years, and as a young and small business that is still getting off the ground, you got to find the right people, and that is true for all of your businesses out there as well. Go to linkedin.com/NFL Daily. That is linkedin.com/NFL Daily. Post your job for free, and that'll give you the best chance to find the best candidates possible. We just hired 4 new people all through LinkedIn. They've worked out pretty well so far. Now, something we don't talk about enough when these big moves, these trades happen, is just the relationships aspect of it. Roquan Smith was in the middle of his press conference today, which, not intentional, this is just how these things happen, and he broke into tears. I mean, Robert Quinn's like a big brother to this guy, right? Like, he looked up to him. He said, that's his dude. These things are hard, man. I'm not saying it's easy. It's not. I'm sure it's not easy for Ryan Poles to make a move like this in the middle of a season. So, there's a lot that goes into these things. And, Roquan is a leader of this team. Quinn's been a leader of this team, There will be some things that are missed with Robert Quinn leaving. Now, again, he's not playing great this year, but it's not as simple as, hey, we'll see you. You're an aging pass rusher. We don't need you. No, this is a guy that meant something to this locker room, that did a lot on the field and off the field. So, factor those things in as well. There's a lot of human element that goes into this stuff that we don't think about enough, but at the end of the day, it is a business. It is a business. Quinn said that in training camp. Remember his press conference? He was asked, did you request a trade? He said, no, I've been traded a lot, and quite frankly, I'm tired of it. Kind of stinks on that regard. The good news is at least he's getting traded to a contender. So Robert Quinn heading to the Philadelphia Eagles. We'll see if any more moves could come for the Bears. I'll actually ask you guys that question. Do you think the Bears should make another trade between now and the trade deadline on Tuesday? Type Y for yes, type in for no. You certainly could argue it. You certainly could argue that they could make another trade. Could Roquan get dealt? I don't know. Could they trade for a piece on offense? Possibly. We'll have to wait and see what Ryan Poles has up his sleeve. All right, before we wrap up this news, this is where the Bears sit in the NFC North at 3-4. Packers in there as well. Minnesota, kind of the clear favorite right now to win the division. But again, I said it earlier, I've said it again. This move doesn't just end your season. There's still stuff to play for. There's still development that needs to happen, especially with the quarterback, Justin Fields. We said coming into the year, Robert Quinn's probably not a long-term piece. He's traded. That's how it goes. Now, Bears have a big one this Sunday against one of Quinn's former teams, the Dallas Cowboys, who are 10-point favorites. And I had a full preview on the channel earlier today. Go check it out and subscribe. Like I said, should be a lot of fun coming up this Sunday as the Bears take on the Cowboys at AT&T Stadium. So there you have it. Robert Quinn heading to the Philadelphia Eagles for a 4th-round pick. You would have known this news as soon as it happened if you followed me on Twitter. So make sure you do that at HGramNFL. And, of course, hit that subscribe button for more Bears news. All right, we'll get some shout-outs and answer some questions. And do we know how many $10 super chats we got in there?
So when we went into the video cut, we were at, I had it written down, we are at $39. We're at $39, and now we are at 96.
I see 96.
I think we round that up and count that.
6 shots?
6 shots.
All right, we'll do 6 shots, and we'll round through these questions.
I'm always down for 6 shots.
Shots are back. Do you want to go 3 and 3?
Sure.
All right.
Let's do it.
Is this yours?
Yeah.
We'll go 3 and 3. Producer Sam will take some with me. I'll take my 3. Hashtag Bears or Super Chat. We'll answer some questions. Here, I'm just going to hand this to you. Whenever you're ready, you can do your 3. Here's your shot. Sam's got a lot going on behind the scenes. He will take the other 3 shots. Hashtag Bears or Super Chat to get your questions on the show. Let's catch up on the Super Chats that have been sent in. We're $4 away from 100. We're doing a Super Chat battle with Philadelphia Eagles now. So, as they're live as well, breaking down the Robert Quinn trade. Sangray Kim, he keeps saying draft Max Duggan, TCU's quarterback. Hey, I love Max Duggan, but, I don't think he's coming in and competing for a starting NFL job as a rookie. Could he get drafted? Maybe. I think it'll be later than the 4th, but we'll have to wait and see what happens there. I know you're not a Fields guy, Sangray, but I'm still in the Fields camp for now. Carter Miller says, win trade by Bears. Thank you, Robert Quinn. Type RQ in the chat. Thank you, Robert Quinn. I'll get some shout-outs. Trade Monty on a late pick to Denver for Judy. Ooh, that's interesting. He can help Denver compete and go somewhere new next season. That's interesting. Jaxo, we started with this one. Appreciate it. Pace would not have pulled the trigger on this trade. Probably not. He's the one who gave Robert Quinn $70 million. So, yeah, I mean, that's probably true. These GMs have different philosophies. That is definitely a fact. Fossey with the super chat. Appreciate it, my friend. Cheers. Thoughts on Braxton Jones? So far, I watched him at Southern Utah. I think he's looked pretty good. Outside of the Washington game, he's been solid, like above average. As a rookie 5th-round left tackle, can you ask for more than above average? I mean, seriously. I'm a fan of his. He's a grinder. He's a classic Flus guy, no loafs. His blocking, how about his block downfield on that Khalil Herbert wide receiver screen? Put that guy on his ass and then was fist pumping all the way to the end zone on the touchdown. Love to see that. So, yeah, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of what we've seen out of the rookie out of Southern Utah, Fossey. Get to the next one here. Some super chats coming in. Elijah says, surprised we got a 4th, but Quinn looked good Monday despite yeah, he did play better Monday. More bursts is back. He had a QB hit, forced a penalty. He did play a little better. I will agree. But in the grand scheme of things, he has not been what he was last year. I think that's fair to say. Cheers. Julian with the 10, which I've taken my 3 shots for those. Shots are now back up to 20. Producer Sam, he'll take his 3 here in a moment. You see the 4th from Philly being flipped with another one of our picks for DJ Moore. Value trade because the Panthers wouldn't want an older vet on the books with that money. I mean, maybe. I mean, would you trade a 2nd and a 4th for DJ Moore? I probably would. I'm not trading a 1st for DJ Moore, though. I'm not doing it. And if the DJ Moore is, by the way, that's a good point by producer Sam. DJ Moore is only 25, so it's not like he's an older vet. But in terms of trading for him, like, sure, if Carolina's open to it, I'd trade a 2nd and a 4th, but I'm not trading a 1st. Miliano says, Roquan cried because he's next. Hashtag take that. I mean, we'll see. I'm not going to make fun of a dude crying because his big bro just got traded. It's tough, man. These things are tough. But That is life. We all face things that we don't expect, and Roquan got probably pretty blindsided being in the middle of a press conference when that news came in. Killing DeVillain with the $2 super chat. Would you guys ever do a Chat Sports Fantasy League? Possibly in the future. I might do a Bears one next year, so we'll see what's what. We're always looking to interact and have fun with our audience. So, yeah, I definitely would not rule out that whatsoever. So that could definitely be in the works. If you're just joining us, Robert Quinn has been traded for a 4th-round pick. Shout out to Joker, Master, Julian for typing ROQ, Reaper, OOTV, Freddie Ray. What's that? Who won? Yeah, let us know who won the trade as well. Shout out Double Damage for RQ as well. We'll get back to some super chats in a minute. Hashtag Bears or super chat to get your questions on the show. Who do you guys think won the trade? Shout out Jacob and Robert for saying RQ. JJMPB saying RQ. Double Damage Sports. Philip says both. Type B for both. Ron says Philadelphia. Let us know who you guys think won the trade. Maurice says Chicago. Zach does as well. Good move. Let the young guys loose. Yeah, I mean, more Gibson, more Rob, no doubt about it. Sebastian, Josip. We got Chris saying both. Tough Guy says both. Davey says Chicago. Robert Quinn won the trade. Hey, he gets to go to a contender. He woke up 3-4. He's going to sleep 6-0. So that's a silver lining for him for sure. Shout out to all the super chatters already. Here's our super chat menu. Do we have an update with our Eagles Now folks on supers? We're waiting to hear back from Eagles Now in terms of how many super chats they have. We have $110. Trying to outduel Philadelphia Eagles now in super chats. By the way, if Matt Hepler's watching, I'm still waiting to hear from you when it comes to the whole Halloween costume situation. So if you're in there, Matt, let me know. All right, Sam, let's take those shots. He's going to rip these 3 shots and then be good to go.
You guys know how I love shots.
There you go.
There's one.
There's one down the hatch.
Ooh.
Type Sam in the chat.
They're a little extra spicy today.
There's Sam in the chat.
That's 2.
Let's go. Let's go.
This is for y'all, Bears fans.
Ed Big Easy says Sam. Davey says Sam. Whew. Reaper, Immortal, Maurice, all saying Sam.
That one had
me take down some shots.
They had a little extra punch in them today.
Hey,
I don't know about you.
Little extra kick.
Yeah.
A little extra kick. Zach says Sam. Appreciate you guys. Sam's
Definitely
a real one here at Chat Sports. Always down to party with Bears fans, so appreciate his nice work today. Robert Quinn, it'll be interesting to see how he's utilized in Philadelphia. Probably as a rotation guy, but maybe he's a starter. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. Back to some super chats here. Bo Market says he was a prime regression candidate, no doubt. Why trade him then when his value was highest? And this has to be considered a polls failure. I don't know if it does. I mean, I don't know if trading Mack and Quinn before the season was going to make a ton of sense. Number one, did any of us think Dominic Robinson would have an immediate impact as a 5th-round pick? I did not. So that's number one. And number two, yeah, he was a regression candidate, but did we think he'd go from 18.5 sacks to 1 sack in 7 games? No, I thought he could still give you 6 to 8 sacks, and he obviously has not been on pace to do that. And I'll add this, Bo, with his contract and his age, you weren't going to get a first from in the offseason. There was reports out there that a second wasn't on the table. So, yeah, maybe you could have gotten a third, and now you get a fourth, but I mean, I don't think that should be considered a massive failure by any means. I think having Quinn here through camp in the early start of the season probably did have some value for the young guys on the team. Emiliano Brito says Bears should trade for, I don't know, a new fan base. I don't know why it's, well, the fans are the fans, man. Got to be passionate. Cameron with the 20. Here's a shot. Who would you now attempt to trade for, especially with next offseason's wide receiver free agent class being weak? Yeah, it's not the strongest, although I will say I'm starting to keep an eye on Juju Smith-Schuster. He's been playing well in Kansas City. Cheers. I mean, look, I'm in on DJ Moore. I just don't want to trade a first to get him. So I think that's going to be the dilemma there if you're Chicago. Chase Claypool, Brandon Cooks. Do you go get a Jerry Jeudy? Could you get Jeudy for a third? I mean, I would trade a third for Jeudy. You got 2 fourths now, so you can move back up into the third with those 2 fourths potentially. So that's intriguing to me. There's a few other receivers that could be available, like lesser names. KJ Hamler is a guy that's been linked to trades as well. So we'll have to see how it goes, man. We'll have to see how it goes, but that's kind of where things sit right now. We're doing well in our Super Chat battle. We're dominating the Eagles, 111-22. Let's keep it rolling. What's that? 113-22 now. There you go. 113-22. They started late, though. We just got a message that they're going to crank things up here. So
I think all that means is they were too slow.
Yeah,
and we were just that fast.
We were just faster. That's their fault. Rockin' with Trey says, Dom, Rob, and Gibson all time, baby. All RQ bear down. Hey, shout out Robert Quinn. He's a real one. But, yeah, we get to see more Dominic Robinson, Travis Gibson. Those would be my 2 starting edge rushers moving forward. Rotating Al-Qadim Muhammad. You picked up Kingsley Jonathan after NFL cutdown day. He's been inactive, a healthy scratch. Maybe he gets to work his way into the mix now, get to see what he's all about. So, yeah, we get to see some young guys play. Let's see how it goes. Sangray Kim says, don't want a warrior who cries because a friend is moving out of town. Trade Roquan the F out to his value is high right now. Okay, if you want to trade him because his value high is cool, but I'm not going to shit on a guy because he's emotional with his buddy leaving. So I'm not about that, Sangray Kim. If you want to trade him because it's good value, that's fine, but him being emotional after Quinn getting traded is not a reason to trade somebody. That makes no sense whatsoever. Cheers. Got Emiliano up next here. He says, Bears will sign both Orlando Brown and Elton Jenkins this offseason. Remember the name. I don't have to remember. I know both names. Chiefs left tackle and Packers do-it-all offensive lineman. In fact, I mentioned both names on our 2023 free agent targets video from a few weeks ago. But with Orlando Brown specifically and potentially Jenkins, those are both going to be franchise tag candidates. The Chiefs tagged Brown this year. They could easily do it again. It would only cost them $20 million to do so. And Elton Jenkins could get tagged as well. So I don't think getting either of those guys is a guarantee. Am I interested in both? You're damn right I am, but it's absolutely not a given. Lucas Praying says, no need to trade anyone else, in my opinion. Quinn was old. Yeah, I mean, look, I don't think you force any more trades, but you should still be a team that is listening, seeing what's out there. If you can get a piece to help on offense at receiver, that would be great. If someone is interested in another piece, I think you should at least be willing to take a call. But, yeah, I mean, I think Quinn was the obvious one. Trading Quinn made sense. Now, other guys, you could go either way. David Montgomery, I like Monty a lot, but Herbert's run better in this system. I'd have to get a decent pick, though, because he brings a lot to the table for this team. Alexandros Miller, trade Smith and Monty for 2 seconds each. Well, you're not getting 2 seconds for David Montgomery. You're not getting 1 second. You just got a fourth for Quinn. You might get a fourth for Monty. It's just not a valuable position at running back. So keep that in mind. 2 seconds for Smith, yeah, that's possible. So we'll have to wait and see on that front. Lucas Praying says T. Higgins for a second and a fourth. Bengals aren't trading T. Higgins in the middle of the season. They're getting hot. They're pushing for a playoff spot. Off-season trade maybe if they decide they don't want to pay him, sure, but not going to happen mid-season. Jacob Hollingsworth, to say Eberflus will be gone in 2 years is just dumb. Who said that? Did I say that? Maybe someone in the chat said that. I don't think Flus is going to be gone in 2 years. Jacob, if I said that, I don't remember saying it. I'll put it that way. Or maybe you misunderstood something I said. Jack So with the 10. Double cheers.
Kudos to Jacob in there. He did say someone in the chat.
Someone in the chat. Okay, gotcha.
But they'll give him that long term. At least they'll give him more.
Flus is getting at least 3 years, I would think. I mean, they know this is a bit of a rebuild. I think the Bears should get Claypool and DJ Moore. Also trade Monty for Jeudy. I don't think the Broncos are taking that trade straight up, number one. If the Broncos trade Jeudy, they want draft picks because they don't have a ton of picks after the Russell Wilson trade. But yeah, Claypool and or DJ Moore, yeah, I mean, I like both those guys. Depends on trade compensation. This is why you subscribe. We go live when big news goes down, like trading for Robert Quinn for a fourth-round pick to the Philadelphia Eagles. So hit that sub button. We'll have you covered here on Bears Now. We have a lot of fun, so don't miss any of it here on the channel. And by the way, we're up to, how many subs are we up to now? I'll get an updated number here. We are up to 54,310 subscribers. We are 690 away from 55,000. We got 1,300 people watching, so hey, let's get to 55,000 as soon as possible. Shout out your city. Let us know where you're watching from, but then you want to hop into like a real mailbag here? Okay, cool. Cool. I mean, I'm not saying like do that and sign off, but whenever you want to do the cut, I'm down. Yeah, we'll do that. Sounds good. Tamber says Chicago. Jamie says Chicago. We got Robert in Albuquerque. Bear down from Raleigh. What's up, TJ? Torian says Chicago. Malcolm says Salinas. We got Hamfield in Minneapolis. Go win a Super Bowl, Robert Quinn. Yeah, he's easy to root for. He's a good dude, man. Palm Beach, Florida from Jesse. We got the New Holistic in Italy. Hey, I was in Italy this summer. Spent some time in Florence, Sicily. Had a lot of fun, man. Had a lot of fun. Denver. We got Joey in Utah. Colin in Rockford. We got Squeaky in East Louisiana, or East LA, I should say. Great Lakes, Chicago, Nashville, Tarmando in Michigan. You guys hanging out everywhere. Hanging out everywhere. Daytona Beach plus FGB. 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 Derek in Dallas. We got Alex in South Bend. Hayes, Kansas from Paleo. Always watching. Appreciate that. We got Bam Bam Sam saying FGB. Morgan says Boise.
Sam, great name.
Great name. Great name. Producer Sam approves. Ahmad's in Chicago. Peoria from Nick. We got Antonio in Vegas, baby. All right, hey, we're going to take more questions here. If you keep super chatting, those are going to get the priority. So if you super chat with your questions, those will jump to the top of the line. But also, we'll take some of your hashtag Bears questions as well. Hashtag Bears, super chat to get your questions on the show. And I'll offer the same deal. When we actually jump into the mailbag cut, $10 for shots of Fireball. $10. And how about this? I'm feeling frisky. We'll go $50 for beer bongs. Usually it's $100. During this mailbag, $50 for a beer bong. And that's an individual super chat, though, not total. Individual. $10 super chat for a shot of Fireball. $50 super chat for a beer bong. We will make it happen here on Chicago Bears Now. So use hashtag Bears or super chat to get your questions in. And producer Sam says we don't have enough questions right now. So load up those questions, hashtag Bears or super chat to get them in, and we will answer as many as we can. And again, $10 for a shot of Fireball during this segment, $50 for a beer bong. Once the mailbag ends, those prices go back to normal.
And
all right.
We are, this is the normal menu, by the way. I meant to push it across, my bad. But we are whooping up on Chasing Eagles now now.
Ooh, I'm hearing it's a dominant performance.
It is.
Super chats. Jacob sending in $2 says.
Well.
Did they just get 100?
They literally just got within a handful of dollars.
Eagles now trying to come back on us. It's close. I'm giving you guys a discount right now. $10 super chats for shots, $50 for beer bongs. We can't be losing to Philadelphia Eagles now.
You may have heard it in my mic. They just started yelling in the other room. They just screamed.
They're saying, come back, come back. Can't have it. Can't have it. Jacob Hollinsworth trying to help extend that lead. Just want to say thank you for what you're doing. They just got another one. How much?
That was a 50 piece,
they just
and
got
they are
50.
now $40+ ahead of us.
We're down $40+ to Philadelphia Eagles now.
And that's just unacceptable.
Oh, no. Who's going to retake the lead? A $50 super chat to retake the lead. Someone says, well, the real Bear is going to lose to Philly this season. So, well, hey, let's beat them in Super Chats then. Come on. We can't have a losing mindset. That's just unacceptable. I don't do this show to have a losing mindset. Sometimes we lose, but we're not going into things thinking we're going to lose. I'll tell you that right now.
Emiliano's getting it started.
Getting involved with the $5 Super Chat. Hashtag Bears or Super Chat to get your questions in. Emiliano, remember when the Titans had Deion Lewis and Derrick Henry share playtime? Trade Monty and let Herbert eat. Look, if you want to trade at Monty, I'm fine with that. Khalil Herbert's a stud, but I don't think you should just give Montgomery away. Like, if I'm not trading him for a 7th, for example. I think it has to be at least a 5th for me to consider it. At least a 5th. Trade your mom. I'm not trading my mom. She's not on the trade block. She's retired, not tradable. So that is how that's going to go. All right, what do you guys think? Should the Bears tank or compete this year? T for tank, C for compete. I think they should try to win, and that's what Flus and Poles have made that clear. They're going to play to win. What do you guys think? Someone says T and C. Yeah, both could happen where you tank just based on the lack of talent, but you're still competitive. You're still playing hard. Sebastian says C. Ron says C. T and C from Bam Bam Sam. William says C. Fury says C. Zach says C. Steven says C. Never tank. Yeah, compete but still lose. I mean, oh, there we go. A 50-piece.
You got to say it louder for them to
hear.
Oh!
Got to make sure Eagles Now hears us. Got to make sure Eagles Now still hears us. I've never seen Feral Wolf in the chat before. He said, don't worry, it'll be our secret, Feral Wolf. It'll be our secret, Feral Wolf. That's going to be a beer bong. 50-piece. 50-piece. He says, don't tell my wife, LOL. Here's 50. Trade Rowe for a 2nd or 3rd, sad to say. I wouldn't trade him for a 3rd. I would not trade Roquan for a 3rd. For a 2nd, I would have to think about it, but definitely not a 3rd. Not right now. I think you could tag and trade him for a 3rd in the offseason if you really wanted to, so I'm not going to trade him for a 3rd midseason. I'm not doing it. I'm going to let that foam kind of work itself out there, but Feral Wolf with the 50, trying to get us back on top. Are we back in front, or does Eagles Now still have a lead on us?
We are back in front. I'm just waiting for it to update.
We're back in front, 183.
But I want to keep it that way.
Yeah, I want to keep it that way.
I'm tired of them yelling in the other room.
Yeah,
the producer Jeff has been messaging me during this entire bit.
He's talking smack.
Yeah, so I told him, go ahead and update that graphic, bud. Definitely update that graphic now. Let's go. Oh my goodness,
Greg Monahan. I think he's already in the $100 Super Chat Club, which I need to update from the watch party anyway. We'll be sure to get Greg in there as well. He joins the $100 Super Chat Club. Let's go, Greg. So now I owe 2 of these bad boys. So cheers.
Chug, chug, chug. Everybody type chug in the chat. Type chug, type FGB, type anything.
Let's go.
Atta boy, Greg.
Shout out Greg in the chat. Shout out Greg in the chat. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby.
Show them who the real dogs are.
Let the real dogs eat here at Bears Now. Let's go. I saw that losing mentality by someone in the chat. Hell no. Hell no. Robert Quinn traded the Eagles for a 4th-round pick, and we're doing a Super Chat battle with Philadelphia Eagles Now, our Eagles channel here at Chat Sports, and we've got a comfortable lead now. Let's get it, let's go. Let's get it, let's go. Get some shout-outs here from Liz, Dylan, George, Maurice, Immortal, William, Tanya, Zach, Freddie. Oh, they just yelled in there. They just yelled at Eagles Now. What just happened? What just happened?
Bears fans got some work to do. They're at 295.
They just took a lead. Oh, no. They're at 295. They just took a lead. We're offering deals right now. We might even expand it after this mailbag, because I want to win that badly. But for now, $10 Super Chat equals a shot. $50 Super Chat is a beer bong. If you send in 100, it's a beer bong plus 3 shots. So I'll take the 3 shots for Greg, and then we will do that second beer bong here in a minute. They're singing Fly Eagles Fly. Come on.
Poverty franchise.
What a joke. Sam, take this third one for me.
Fine.
Take this third one for me. Future dad needs help here. Oh, there's Emiliano. Take 2, and then I'll take the other one. So that's 2 shots for a 20-piece. We're back in front. We're back in front. Emiliano, you thought I was feeling you? My ex. I don't know what that means, but hey. We appreciate the support. All super chats help us grow, by the way. It's not like it just burns into thin air. It goes a long way. A 50-piece. Let's go. Woo, 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 woo. All right, so now I owe 2 beer bongs, so I'm going to pour my second one here. Ooh, it just fizzed on me. A 50-piece coming in. You want to help?
Yeah, you might need to, Jeremy.
You want to get another bong and you want to race? You want to do a bong race? Or do you want to, dare I say, offer a boot for a certain amount? What are you about to do? Jeremy Chugs coming on the show. We're at 368 now in super chats.
I'm about to do our Seahawks live.
How about one bong? One bong.
I'm about to do our Seahawks live, so if we can get...
Greg Monahan!
Okay, if we can get one more $100 super chat, I'll do a boot.
All right. Jeremy Chugs, can you get the boot and show the people? Yeah. Jeremy Chugs is going to go grab a boot. It's 3 beers worth. If we get one more $100 super chat after the one Greg sent in, one more $100 super chat, he will chug a boot. It's 3 beers worth.
I'll do the one for this next Greg one.
So Greg, producer Sam is going to shotgun a beer for that second one. I still owe 2 beer bongs. Let me knock one of them out now. And then if we get another $100 super chat, it'll be a beer boot from Jeremy Chugs. Greg is a legend. They're chanting Greg.
Yeah, spam Greg in the chat.
Spam Greg.
Spam Greg.
Scratchin says, let's go Bears. Let's go. NRG, bro. The Bears need to be somewhat aggressive to land a receiver. If they don't and Justin struggles, it will look bad on polls. No chance we get more. I'm kind of with you. DJ Moore is very small chance. Very small chance. Cheers. All right, Immortal Eagle 10. So, I owe a couple shots too. So let me get that fireball back from you. Did you take yours yet?
Yeah, I realized I didn't even take mine. Hold on.
Cedric Dixon!
Oh, my God!
He just did it, Jeremy. He just did it. Let's go! Immortal says we're not Detroit. I will take a shot for that. I owe 2 beer bongs and 2 shots now.
And
Sam owes 2 shots as well.
We are damn near doubling them up now.
Let's go. Eagles now can't hang.
Real fans know how to get down.
Eagles now can't hang. Let's flash Cedric's super chat. Greg, Sam is going to shotgun a beer for that one. That's the same as a beer bong. Cedric, this is going to be the beer boot. Look at this thing. It's 3 beers worth in a boot. Should we time it? What's your record?
My record right now is like 6.8.
You're under 7 now? Yeah. Holy shit.
Hold on, I got the stopwatch here.
Are you going for the record?
I got you.
I can try. I do have to say, I had to pee before this. I was coming in to put my jacket up and then go pee. So I will definitely be heading straight to the restroom.
Well, just go that way.
Oh, yeah. I was going to put my jacket up right there and then go out the door and go pee.
Well, here we go. So, Sam, I feel like I should do it because they got to be able to see it.
I'll pull it up on screen.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll pull it up.
All right, here we go. Jeremy Chugs. Type Chugs in the chat. That's his nickname. Type Chugs in the chat. Type Chugs in the chat. Let's go.
All right. You ready?
Let's do it.
Here we go. I'll tell you when a liquid starts to hit.
You're in preview, right?
I'm in preview right now.
Okay. Okay.
I'll get you in program there.
Oh.
Okay. All right,
This
here
is
we
a
go.
this is a scene that needs to be full screen for the people
Yes.
to see.
Sam is timing it, so here we go. Jeremy, when it hits, I will point.
To Bears draft picks and Justin Fields progression.
Let's go. Cheers. I'll put a fist to say stop. Chug.
Oh my
chug.
gosh.
Chug. 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 Done.
Ladies and gentlemen, 772.
Not, close to a record, but
That's not
sub
your record?
8. Sub 8.
I'm not mad at it.
What
Let's
was your
go.
record?
I'm not mad
He
at
said
it.
6.8's his record, which is insane.
You should have just made it 6.9.
Well, he
shoulda
beat
tried.
6.9.
You should have tanked for the 6.9.
Someone says, damn. Damn. That's what I say every time he does it. I don't know how he does it, but he's
That's
a legend.
putting it nicely.
Shout out Greg. Shout out Cedric. We just got another 20 as well. We're up to 588 to 295. We're double dipping Eagles now. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Ashton Draper, I got to catch up on some shots now. Or so you still do too, right?
I still owe 2 shots
Dubbirds.
and a shotgun now.
All right, so let's get caught up on everything real quick. Then
Caught
we'll
up on
hop into the
supers.
mailbag. A lot of supers, I know. Keep them flowing. We're having fun. Robert Quinn, if you just joined us, traded for a 4th-round pick. If you guys have more questions, use hashtag Bears or Super Chat, kind of like Mike Garafolo did on this tweet. The Bears will pay most of the remaining salary this year, but then should be off the books for next year and beyond. Hashtag Bears or Super Chat to get your questions on the show. Sam is going to, I say full screen, come up here, each take our shots. I'll do a beer bong, you do a shotgun. Yeah, I've got a beer for you, so you can shotgun this one. Well, go get a different one then. There's other beers. Sam's going to get a different beer. We're good. Hashtag Bears or Super Chat to get your questions on the show. Hashtag Bears or Super Chat to get your questions on the show. Let's go. Hashtag Bears or Super Chat. Like Paleo. Zach, don't put a space between the hashtag and Bears because then our software won't pick it up. So hashtag Bears, all one word, no space. See, Zachary, you're putting a space in there. Don't put a space between hashtag and Bears. Don't put a space. So Sam and I are going to go full screen here. And I'm going to take my shots first, so bring that fireball up here too. It's 2 shots for each. I think 3 shots for me now, actually. So I'll take one first, and then it's 2 shots each. All right, 1. Oh, he's already got one poured. So here, let's take our shots before you cut that piece. I don't want it to spill. 2 shots each, so 1. I'll pour you first, so then you can work on that. All right, we're caught up on shots. Sam's going to shotgun, and I will do a beer bong, and we'll race. He'll probably beat me because he's kind of a beast. Yeah, exactly. Here's what I'm going to have you do. Type S for Sam if you think he's going to win this race. I've got a beer bong. He's going to shotgun a beer. Type H for Harrison. Robert Quinn has been traded. We're partying. We broke it down. We'll continue to break it down. $10 super chats equal shots. $50 super chats equal beer bongs through this mailbag. After the mailbag goes back to full price. So it's a couple shout outs. Jennifer said, Greg Monahan! Greg Monahan! What is happening? Holy shit. Type Greg in the chat. Greg, 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 Greg. Now we're going to race. We'll touch tips and then we'll go. All right. 3, 2, 1. I told you I was going to lose. Told you I was going to lose. Let's flash Greg Monahan. Greg, at least ask me a question. I feel bad. Greg Monahan from Busy. Holy! Greg Monahan. Since Matt Hepler hasn't hit me up about Halloween, maybe I should let you pick my costume. Should I be Mike Ditka for Halloween? What do you think, Greg? Soldier Greg. Michael says Greg. Let's go. Levante says, Greg, ask a question. How about this? Greg, how about this? This mailbag is going to be presented by Greg Monahan. So we're going to make that graphic. You could even do a player L3 with his icon if you wanted. Either way is fine. Greg, this next mailbag is going to be presented by you. You're the sponsor. You are the sponsor. At least the presenting sponsor. Shout out Greg Monahan. He's a real one. He's a legend. Holy smokes. Brandon Burrows. Greg, can I hold $1? For real. Greg Monahan. Let's go. How much for another boot? I'll tell you what, Vito. I don't owe a boot.
From that last Greg Super Chat. Because Jeremy did the one for Cedric.
Well, no, Jeremy said if we get one more. That wasn't like a continuous. That's another bong.
Yeah, that's what I meant. What did I?
He said boot. Someone asked.
So
I'll tell you what.
I meant beer bong.
For another boot, if we get to $1,000 total, we're at $690, so $310 away. If we get to $1,000 total, I'll do a boot. I don't usually do boots. I will do a boot if we get to 1,000 total. I will do a boot if we get to 1,000 total. So that's the deal. You could do shout out your city as one of them. And then just, yeah, those two are fine. That's all we need. Brandon, shout out to you. You're a real one too. If we reach 1,000, I'll do a beer boot. We'll refill this up. I'll drink it. I usually don't do boots.
And Harrison, I'm updating the number right now.
You guys are real ones.
We are cruising.
We are cruising now.
Shout out to the Bears fans.
You guys answered the call. Eagles now took a brief lead on us. You guys answered the call. That's what Bears fans do. We don't back down for anyone. You take our lunch pail to work, and you get it done.
Harrison, do
Eagles
you remember?
Now could never.
Harrison, do you remember what happened to the last undefeated team in the NFL last season?
Arizona Cardinals. And they fell off a cliff.
Got their asses kicked in the first round of the playoffs.
Unintended.
Could that be the Eagles?
Maybe the
I'll
Eagles
I'll let you decide.
Let you guys decide. Let's go. You guys are bringing the heat. I love it. I absolutely love it. Bears now. Eagles now. Losing to Bears now. All right, it is cut time now. It's time to get into this mailbag presented by Greg Monahan, which we will update his tally on the $100 Super Chat Club for Sunday's watch party. Join us for that as the Bears head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. Hashtag Bears or Super Chat to get your questions on the show. And we're going to have you guys send in your questions, and we will answer as many as we can. So let's get to it here in just a moment. Got the graphic updated for our friend Greg Monahan. So here we go. Mailbag time. Remember, during this mailbag, $10 Super Chats for shots, $50 for beer bongs. After that, full price again. Hashtag Bears or Super Chat to get involved on our mailbag. There you go. There's the details. If you feel inclined to Super Chat, if we reach 1,000 total, I will do a beer boot. All right, let's jump into this mailbag. Welcome into today's episode of Chicago Bears Now. I am your host, Harrison Graham. We are going to answer all your questions on today's show, and today's show is presented by Greg Monahan because Greg Monahan has sent in over $300 on our live show when we broke down the Robert Quinn trade. So he is our presenting sponsor. Type Greg in the chat to show our loyal subscribers some love. He is an absolute legend, sent in multiple of these. Absolute GOAT, Greg Monahan. Type Greg in the comments. All right, let's get to your questions here. Jordan Cruz, is this extra cap now a no-brainer to sign Roquan long-term? I don't know about no-brainer, but Bears going to have projected $125 million in cap space next year. You pay Roquan $20 million a year, you still have over $100 million in cap space to work with. So it makes a tough question, maybe even a little tougher, honestly. But I'll put it this way. The Bears have the money to pay Roquan if they want to. I'll put it as simply as that. The Mordican, why is Velus Jones not starting at wide receiver at 4.3 speed? He's not a great route runner. He's kind of more of a gadget guy. I don't know. I don't think the Bears are happy with his muffed punts. I know receiver and punt return is a different deal, but I think they loop it all together. He's got to earn playing time. That's something I appreciate from the staff. Like, nothing's going to be given. Just because he was drafted in the 3rd round, you got to earn your playing time here. So hopefully he gets more involved as we progress through the season. But right now, he's kind of a secondary thought at the moment. Tamper the Lamber, we should have traded Quinn in the offseason and kept Mac. I mean, hindsight's 2020. Mac's having a great year for the Chargers, but he was approaching 30, coming off an injury-riddled year as well. I don't mind that trade. You wouldn't have Jaquan Brisker had you not made that trade. Jaquan Brisker, one of the best rookies in the NFL this year. He's that good. So, I love Khalil Mack. I love Robert Quinn. I love these guys. This is a business, though. And the Bears are trying to build a young roster through the draft. And, those are 2 guys that you could trade for draft compensation. And that is what Ryan Poles has done now. Incredible Creations is up next. How much does this trade affect our chances of getting a dub in Dallas, if any? I'd say minimal. Robert Quinn has not been a game wrecker this year. 1 sack through 7 games. Dallas is a 10-point favorite. I don't expect them to jump to 12-point favorites or anything like that based on this trade. I mean, it's 1 less pass rusher. Teams still had to pay attention to Quinn, so maybe there's slightly less attention on that left side. But, hey, we get to see Dominique Robinson more, Travis Gibson more, so I'm excited for those guys to get those opportunities, and I'm excited to see how this Bears team tease it up on Sunday. I mean, play emotional, play for Quinn, and let's pull off the upset. That would be a lot of fun for the Chicago Bears. So I don't think it'll have a major impact. Minor, maybe. But has Quinn had a major impact on any game this year? The 1 sack he had was against the Packers, and the Bears lost that game by 17. So I would say no. Who you got in this matchup? Type DAL for the Cowboys. Type CHI for the Bears. Get your votes in the comments section. Who you got on Sunday, Dallas or Chicago? Curious to see where you guys think, or who you guys think is going to win this game. We, of course, will be live for a Bears watch party on Sunday afternoon. David Andrews, what receiver or receivers can you potentially see on the Bears next season? I mean, Darnell Mooney's going to be here, obviously. Let's talk current guys first, then potential free agents or trades. Current guys, Mooney for sure. Velus will be here, obviously. He's a rookie. He's got 3 more years on his contract. I would bring Equinemius St. Brown back, ideally as like a number 4, not a number 2. I like him as a blocker. Guys I would put in the let's wait and see category, N'Keal Harry, Dante Pettis, Byron Pringle. They have some talent, but inconsistent players. I would like to see the Bears draft at least 1, if not 2 receivers in the first 4 rounds of the draft. So that would be a couple more. Potentially trade for a receiver or maybe go sign a guy in free agency, a McCole Hardman, a Juju Smith-Schuster, Odell Beckham. So those are some names to monitor in the offseason. Alex Lancaster, can we trade back and get Quentin Johnston somehow? So Quentin Johnston, the receiver out of TCU, my alma mater, who I watch every week and have watched every game of his college career, 6'4", 215, great after the catch at that size, which is rare. Yeah, I think that's possible. Let's say the Bears pick at number 8. Just throwing a number out there. I think that's too rich for Quentin Johnston, but trade back to 15, 16, draft him in the middle of the first round, get some more draft capital. I absolutely think that could be something that happens with Chicago this year. Another Alex Konopinski, who do you like more, Brisker or Gordon? I think Brisker's been better this year, but Gordon's come on. He's had 2 really good games in a row, got his first interception last week where he one-hand tipped it to himself. to end that game the other night. The game was already out of reach, but that kind of put the cherry on top. He's played a lot better. I think both these guys are going to be cornerstone secondary members for years to come. Haunting history. Do you think Elijah Moore from the Jets will be had for a fourth? Don't think so. He went second round, played pretty well as a rookie last year. It's been up and down this year. The Jets have had issues at quarterback. Zach Wilson hasn't played that well. They've leaned on their defense. I don't think you could get him for a fourth. Maybe a third, but I don't think a fourth is going to get it done. Ashton Draper, what positions are we shooting for in the first to third round? I mean, receiver, edge rusher, you just traded Quinn. I think that was a position to monitor anyway. Offensive line is still a spot. Center, guard, right tackle. I think Braxton Jones is playing well enough that if he continues to progress, he's going to be your left tackle. But those could be a few spots. Later in the draft, I would say running back if David Montgomery isn't back. Khalil Herbert will be your starter. You'll have Treston Ebner, but maybe add another back in there. How about tight end? I think Cole Kmet's playing a little bit better. Would you take one in the third round maybe? Possibly. Corner maybe, although Kendall Vilder's playing a lot better. So I think edge, offensive line, and receiver, maybe linebacker depending on what happens with Roquan Smith. Those are positions to monitor in the early rounds. Follow us on the Call-In app because we go live after every single Bears game, sometimes during the week as well. So hit that sub button. Download the app on iOS and Android. Just search Call-In, Callin. It's similar to Twitter Spaces. You guys hop into caller queue. I take your calls. We chop up the latest Bears news and rumors, whatever questions you have. We have a lot of fun breaking it all down. Join us on the Call-In app because the more we grow over there, the more we're able to do on this show in general. And what's cool about it, it's like sports radio. So, think about, driving in the car with your dad when you're growing up and, listening to your favorite sports talk station. You call into the show, talk to your host, which is me, and break down what's happening with the Chicago Bears. SPK, think you could get Kadarius Toney on a bargain given the Giants' weird situation? Maybe, but is that even worth it? I mean, I guess I might trade like a sixth for him because what are you going to get in the sixth round? That's a guarantee. There's no guarantees after round 5, I would say. Yeah, I might trade a sixth for him, but just know if you trade for him, there's nothing guaranteed. I mean, he's hardly played. He's flashed a couple times in his rookie year, hasn't done anything this year. So, yeah, I mean, just know that there's a lot going on there with Kadarius Toney. Freeman and Weeks, Smoking Jays. Bears trade for a receiver. How many? 1.5. 1.5. I think it's more than 1. I don't think it's in that 50-50 range, though. 30%. I think there's a chance, but I wouldn't put a great chance. I think it's possible they go get a Claypool or a Jerry Jeudy, but I wouldn't hold my breath, if that makes sense. Wanted prod, let's effing go. I'm not a... Congratulations. Kudos to you, Wanted. Brandon Burrows, what a super chat that was. Who you like more, Gibson or Robinson? That's tough, man. I'm a big Travis Gibson guy, but Dominique Robinson continues to impress, man. He really does. I mean, could this be your dynamic duo moving forward? I still think getting a defensive end and edge rusher in the draft is going to make sense. You need depth there regardless, but I like both of these guys. They're both good players. Robinson is only going to get better. This guy was playing receiver 3 years ago at the University of Miami of Ohio. Now he's playing at a high level in the NFL, rushing the passers. So a lot of room to grow there. Still room to grow for Travis Gibson. So hard to pick one. Let me know what you guys think. Type R for Robinson or G for Gibson. Paleo says, I think we can beat the Packers in round 2 this season. Thoughts? I think there's definitely a chance. The Packers, since that Bears game, have not played well. Their receivers are a mess. Rodgers doesn't look the same. O-line has some issues. So, yeah, I think it's possible. And if you want to just base it on history, 9 straight Chicago Bears first-year head coaches have beaten the Packers at least once. Eberflus lost in the first matchup. So, if history is going to continue, that would suggest the Bears win the second matchup. Obviously, that's not a guarantee. But losing would be a statistical anomaly based on recent history. Now, what do you guys think? The Bears obviously traded Robert Quinn. What should the Bears do the rest of this year? Type T for tank, type C for compete. I told you guys trading Quinn is not waving the white flag, throwing in the towel. It was a play for the future without gutting your team this year. So I think they're still going to compete. But let me know what you guys think. T for tank or C for compete. Zach Osborne, 2-4, and a veteran for DJ Moore. Just an idea. What, 2-4, 2-4, who, I mean, who's that vet? I mean, Roquan 2-4 for DJ Moore? Maybe, but I don't think, like, 2-4 and Eddie Jackson's getting you DJ Moore, or 2-4 and, like, who's that vet? This team doesn't have many vets now. You just traded your main vet in Robert Quinn, so, you tell me. You tell me. I mean, Cole Kmet? I don't know. Stephen Hunt, when did you get your job at Chat Sports? Was one of the interview questions. What are your thoughts? I mean, no, but look, it's not a requirement, but we like to have fun here. We're kind of a combination of Barstool and ESPN. We give you the hard-hitting news analysis that ESPN would, but we also have fun like Barstool would. We're kind of a blend of both. We keep it real, honest, informative, good educational opinions, and then, bottoms up. We like to drink as well. So not a requirement for the job, but certainly makes it more fun, which is why you should subscribe, because we're going to have videos all season long. We'll be drinking on some of those videos, especially the watch parties, but have no fear. The drinking does not outweigh the analysis. I can promise you that. The Prodigy, 3rd for Claypool, in. I mean, I would do that. I don't know if Pittsburgh would take a 3rd. They drafted him in the 3rd, and he's been pretty good. Would I give a 2nd? I would hold my breath on that. I would really have to consider that. But I think I would do a 3rd. He's under contract through next year. He's 6'4", 235. He can run well, catches the ball pretty well, high points the football. You don't have a guy like that. He could give you some of that element. Foster covers, who could be that 4th-round pick? I mean, I'd be guessing. I haven't done deep draft analysis, but I'll tell you what, we'll do a mock draft here in the Bears bye week. So, hey, stay tuned to find out, because we will do more draft stuff as we get later into the season and, of course, into the offseason. But we'll have to wait and see. Jossip, on what position will the Bears spend their first pick? I mean, I think Ryan Poles is going to stick to his big board, but if it's based on pure need, I would say receiver or offensive line. Probably one of those. Maybe edge rusher. One of those 3 positions, if I had to guess. But got to get Justin Fields help. That's obvious. And I expect the team to do that this offseason. Unless things flame out disastrously and you decide to draft a quarterback. But I don't think we're in that spot right now, to be honest. Shout out your city. Let us know where you guys are watching from today. And we'll get some shout-outs later on. I'll be reading the comments as well. And if you're watching live, we'll get some shout-outs here on the live stream also. Andres Perez, do they go for a QB in the draft or free agency? So I just kind of mentioned that. I mean, I don't think free agency. I think if they move on from Fields, they would draft a quarterback. But I also don't think they're in a spot where they're going to move on. Fields is playing better. I think this team, he's got a ton of potential. I think you build around him next year. Then if he doesn't take another jump next year, then 2024 you could go get a new quarterback. Jaxo, do we have to draft Jackson? Or we have to, he's saying. Jackson Smith and Jigba. They don't have to. There's other receivers. I like him, but it's not like it's an all or nothing. He's been hurt all year. He hasn't even been playing, so we'll see. Oh, guess who's joined us? It's our pal Sealand. Sealand, Greg Monahan has sent in $300 today. He's pulling a U. He's pulling a U. He says, I really hope we're not paying anything beyond this year regarding the contract, talking about the Robert Quinn trade. I don't think they are. I don't think they are. So they're paying the rest of this year, according to Mike Garafolo, but no mention of beyond this year. Robert Quinn's cap hit for next year is $13 million and then $14 million the year after that, I believe. So I think the Bears are off the hook after 2022. So I think that's going to be good. And assuming that's the case, Bears are going to have like $125 million in cap space. David says, get Corum in the draft from Michigan. Blake Corum's a stud, man. He's having a great year. I mean, he's a good running back, Bijan Robinson, but I'm not spending an early pick on a back. Khalil Herbert's a terrific player. We'll see if David Montgomery's back, but Blake Corum is he's impressive. There's no doubt. Paraloo gets the final word here. How do you think the Bears will utilize Velus after not playing him? I mean, they did play him 13 snaps last game, but obviously did not get him involved. I'd like to see him get involved on offense. I understood the demotion on the punt return. I didn't really get it on kick return because he hasn't had any issues on kick return duties, but maybe they were just sending a message. I'd like to see him back on kick return duty. I would not keep him on punt return for now. I'd keep Pettis back there, but hopefully he gets some more snaps overall and especially on offense. Robert Quinn has been traded to the Eagles for a 4th-round pick. We've been breaking that down for the past hour or so. Shout out your city. Let us know where you're watching from, and we'll get some super chats going. I'm down to hang out. I told you guys if we reach $1,000 in super chats that I'll do a beer bong. I'll do a beer bong. Sam's eating pizza. What's solid? The chicken?
It's cold pizza.
Oh, cold
so
pizza.
So it is rock solid.
Go zap it real quick.
Right,
Go zappy
right as I took the 3rd bite in my pizza, there was a tweet notification that came across my timeline that said Robert Quinn was traded to the Eagles.
Yeah, we've had that covered for over an hour. That's why you subscribe.
And that's why I'm eating lunch now.
Okay, Paralucis, Tinley Park, Samuel is in Phoenix. We'll get some shout-outs here. George says Buda, Illinois. JJ up in Massachusetts. Cody in Waterloo, Iowa. Levante in Chicago. We got T-Darg in Rockford. Sly in Naperville. 1K total for a boot. Yeah, if we get to 1,000 total, we're 304 away from a boot. I will fill this up. It's 3 beers, and I will chug it. I'm not good at boots. If you guys want to see me suffer, that is what will happen. That is what will happen. So, you know, that's just how it's going to be. Billy's in Dalton, Georgia. We got Wins Beyond in Minneapolis. Ivan in Montgomery. I told the people if we get to 1,000, I got to do a boot. You know me, Jeremy. I don't like boots. We're at 696, 304 away. Jeremy, tell the people I don't like doing boots. Tell the people.
He doesn't like doing boots.
He did it in 7 seconds. It might take me 207 seconds, but I will do it.
860 live.
We still got 860. We were up to 1,300.
Wow.
We got Sealand watching. I don't know if Monahan is still in there, but we get to 1,000. Julian says let's get to 1,000. I'll tell you what. If everyone in here sent in $1, we would get well past 1,000. And all super chats help us grow, whether it's $1, $50, whatever. And by the way, we're back on our full price menu. I do owe one more beer bong, so I'm going to do that here. I'm going to do my beer bong that I owe in a second. Then we're all caught up. We're caught up on shots. Oh, at RG. Jeremy Chugg's joining me for a second. Producer. Oh, hey, we always play, or let's play the game. Sam went to go pee. Every $10 we get total, we've already gotten 7, is a shot for Sam. He doesn't know we're doing this. Every $10 total until Sam gets back is a shot. We're at $7. Let's make Sam drink. He's got errands to run. Let's get him drunk so he can't run those. We're at $9 now because we just got another one. LJ says, Harrison, if we beat Dallas, no shave until Super Bowl 50. I think that's the wrong. Is that the right? Is it Super Bowl 50? No, we're beyond that. What's it? Super Bowl 57 next year? But I get your point. Oh wait, no, maybe that is 57. Yeah, okay, LJ. I'm gonna have to at least trim it, but I won't go clean shaven unless I'm Mike Ditka for Halloween. Then I have to with the mustache. NRG Bro says, and this is a beers cheers. The Packers will go after Claypool. Slim chance we get Elijah Moore, so Judy's our best bet and fit. 3rd and a 4th for Judy, and do not trade Roquan. All right, cheers. I might do a 3rd and a 4th for Judy. Julian, I don't mind starting off the Bears. Hey, I told you guys, if everyone sends in $1, we're good. We're at 10, so Sam already has to take 1 shot. Every $10 we get, he's got to take a shot. Keith Green with $2. Right now, Sam's taking shots for every $10 total we get in Super Chats while he's in the bathroom. So, there you go. And if we get to 1,000 total, I'll take a beer bong or a beer boot. I'm about to do a beer bong. So let's get this done. Jeremy, why don't you weigh in on the on the Robert Quinn trade. Tell the people what you think while I do this chug. Jeremy actually likes the Eagles, so why don't you tell us?
Yeah, I think you still could have gotten a little bit more for him, a fourth. I mean, that's around the range. I think the Bears were pushing for a third, but they went for a fourth. You know, he's not producing this year, so it makes sense for the Bears. His salary and what y'all are paying him and what
he's producing,
like what he was producing,
yeah,
it didn't match up.
Yeah, he hasn't.
So
yeah,
it didn't make sense. And y'all have a couple of young pass rushers. I know Harrison said a couple times we've talked about with Dominique Robinson.
He's been great.
He's been playing really good. So if you can get a fourth-round pick, I know you were hoping for probably a third, but if you can get a fourth-round pick,
get him on the field more.
Get Robinson on the field more. Get some of your younger guys, because that's the part of a rebuild is that the players have to meet the timeline, and Robert Quinn did not meet that timeline.
Got to evaluate these young guys.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly. So, I mean,
I think it's a win-win.
It obviously helps the Eagles out a lot, and it sucks. It always sucks seeing a good player go.
Yeah, no
but
doubt. Yeah. Sam owes a shot. He's back. Every $10 we got while he was gone was a shot. So I think this one's yours.
Someone's got to hit the bathroom.
Every $10.
That beer went straight through me.
That shotgun.
Yeah.
Appreciate Jeremy for stepping in for a moment. Cheers. Bear down. Someone said Eagles won the trade. We could have gotten something better for someone. I actually don't know if that's true. I really don't. Do we have an update on Eagles? Are they still live? Let's get an update.
They are still live, but it's
not close.
It's not close.
Not close.
We are still doubling them up.
We're caught up on drinks, so we're kind of just hanging out at this point. I think it's shot clock time. Can we get that? I have that weigh-in built in my subscribe or in my watch party stuff. If you want to move that over.
Yeah.
We've played shot clock before. The way shot clock works, let's start it at first. Let's start with 2 minutes.
Okay.
Then we'll make our way down. Here's our super chat battle. 708 to 321. 321 is a good number, but it ain't 708.
Nope.
I've told you guys, if we get to $1,000, we will we'll take down this bad boy, which is not easy for your boy here. Say what? 20 what? I said 2 minutes. Yeah, 2 minutes. We're going to play shot clock coming up. If you haven't played that before with us, basically what's going to happen is since we've broken the news, we've taken a lot of questions, to justify keeping the studio space from another host and producer, because we have a lot of channels here at Chat Sports, change the text to just like 2 minutes, starts now or something. Change the text to, you have 2 minutes, like, if we don't get a super chat in the next 2 minutes, we're done. I don't know how it gets worded. Show ends without a super chat. How about that? Something like that. And I'll just use the clock. It is shot clock time. We're getting the graphic together here. And then if we don't get a super chat, we will call it quits. So, well, there's one from Eric, so we'll count that one. I think it's more, it doesn't even have to be, I think it's the same menu. I think it's more of just we have to end the show without any super chat. Does that make sense? No, I think it's sorry, we're producing this on the fly. I think it's need a super chat in the next 2 minutes, otherwise the show ends. Otherwise we have to sign off. Eric says, I'll just read the super chat real quick while Sam finishes up. Same super chat menu, $20 for a shot, $100 for a beer bong. He says, what's up, Harrison? I asked you this on Instagram, but I don't think you've gotten around to seeing it yet. What do you think about Michael Mayer from Notre Dame in the first round? I like him, but I don't think you can take a tight end in the first round. You need a big-time receiver first. Need a big-time receiver
I was going to say, we do have Michigan football expert James Yoder in the room right
someone
now.
asked me about Blake Corum to the Bears.
Blake Corum to the Bears, thoughts?
I like Corum. Yeah, second, third, fourth. He's not going to go first round. He's a little undersized, but he's explosive. He's explosive. Yeah, he's kind of like a poor man's McCaffrey. Here, I'll type you what I want. It doesn't have to be Fireball incentive here. It's type FGB in the comments. Sam's gonna get some shout outs here. Get the FGBs going.
Let's see what you got. We do also have 2 more super chats that literally just came in. So I'll go ahead, while Harrison does that, I'll go ahead and just hit these supers. And let's see. Let me get the right camera up. All right. Let's hit these 2 super chats real quick. Randy Ross sent in $2. Portnoy holding the L. Everybody knows the rules. I don't know what Portnoy's holding the L about. Do you, Harrison? Oh, it's because the Bears kicked the shit out of the Patriots.
Something like that. What I just
Something
said.
along those lines.
Randy says, "Oh yeah,
He's talking about
suck
Portnoy.
it, New England. We'll see you, Dave. We'll see you, Dave." Appreciate the super chats that have come in here. The Eric. Oh, I don't even see a 10 on my feed. Did he retract it?
I may or may not have been looking at the Eagles feed the whole time.
You're good. We're caught up on super chat, so I just sent Sam the shot clock rules. He'll get that made. In the meantime, we'll show you the super chat menu, and I'll get some FGB shout outs.
Whoa!
Sealand! A $200 super chat. Well, we're avoiding shot clock for a while, I think. That buys the folks some time. Let's show daily basis first. Cheers to daily basis. Like Philly, needs him, LMAO. Was expecting a 5th at best for his age. Maybe we get a 3rd last offseason, but hindsight's 2020. I'm happy with this. I agree. 4th round pick. I think it's good value. Take it and move on. Cheers. Sealand, always delivering. That's 2 more tallies to the $100 club for Sealand. HG, get that beer close. Getting lucky tonight. Oh, I know. Sealand, I'm a real one. I know what that means. Things have cleared up, I assume. So, kudos to you. And
hell yeah, Sealand.
And producer said, hell yeah, Sealand. Kudos to you, my man. Type B to drown out the bots, by the way. They're out of control.
So first type FGB to drown out the bots. B stands for F Green Bay and FG Bums.
Green bots. We'll just call them that.
Yeah.
All right. I think that $200 super chat buys him some time. So we're now $76 away.
But what are we doing?
From a beer boot.
What are we doing
We'll take some questions. Hashtag Bears.
Yeah, I think the man gave a good amount of money.
Say what?
Said the man gave a good amount of money.
Yeah. How about, are you down for another shotty?
I'll do another shotty.
One more? I'll do a beer bong. Sam's going to do a shotgun for $200.
Is there a debate about which one's worse or which one
I'm not good at
F's you up a little bit
so.
more?
While you're at it, will you grab a couple extra non-cold ones, just if I get more? Alan Watson with the super. We'll get it on screen when Sam gets back. He says, are the Bears done for the season trade-wise? If not, who goes or who is arriving? I mean, other guys they could trade. Roquan, David Montgomery. I would have said Riley Reif, but with Borum in the concussion protocol, Reif may have to play this week. We'll see if that impacts the possibility of him getting traded. But those are a few names. Guys they could bring in, Chase Claypool, Brandon Cooks, Jerry Jeudy. I think Judy's the most likely if they make a move. But, yeah, I think that's kind of where we're at. I think that's where we're at. Robert Quinn was kind of the obvious one. We'll see if there's going to be any more trades. LJ says, let's get Harrison sloshed. We shall see. Oh, goodness. Type FGB for a shout out. Nathan says FGB. Levante says FGB. Kenny says FGB. Anthony, Robert, Lucas say it FGB. Incredible, says FGB. Get the FGBs going. Sam and I are about to do another race. Alan Watson, I already read this one, but we promised to get it on screen. Appreciate it, Alan. Appreciate the $5. I do have to beers cheers for it. Man, what a time to be alive. What a time to be alive. All right, so we got some more ammo here. Plenty of ammo here. Oh, here you go. I moved him over there. Yeah. It was getting a little crowded over here, so I moved him to the other side. So Sam's going to get his shotgun ready. There you go. I got a beer bong. And let's get it. Let's get it. I'll try to limit the splash damage here. Oh, no. Oh, no. Type Sam. Type Sam to help the man out. Is that enough? Oh, boy. Be careful. Tuck that in. There you go. That should be good. All right. We're going to give this a go. Let's not have Sam cut his lip here.
This could get ugly.
This could get bloody, but no, we won't even touch. We'll just make this go. Whenever you're ready, you start and we'll go. Type S for Sam, H for Harrison. Let's go. Cheers.
I'm sorry.
Not our best effort, but we got it done. We did get a 50-piece from Sealand. We're $21 away from 1,000, which means I got to fill this bad boy up. Sam will have to go fill it up.
I'm gonna take a fall here. Not my best beer bong. A good amount of spillage. My left hand is soaked right now. Not soaked, but like I need to go grab a paper towel after this. So why don't you show even more
Let's give
love
Sealand
to
some
Sealand?
love.
As if you didn't need enough already.
Sealand
What a
some
guy.
love. I'd be surprised if we don't move Monty with Herbert's production and Luke Getsy's scheme. We'll see. Khalil Herbert's been a stud, man. He's been fantastic. He's been fantastic. Sealand. Legendary stuff as always. You and Greg Monahan. Busy says Sealand. Michael says Sealand. Robert says Sealand. Bringing the heat. Bringing the heat. Let's go. I love it. Any news on Patrick? Yeah, I put a video out. He's going to IR. Lucas Patrick going to IR, so that sucks. Can't avoid Sam Mustipher. He is inevitable, but what are you going to do? What are you going to do?
I may or may not have just barely nicked my finger.
Oh, a little
off the
blood
edge
from
of that.
Sammy? From that super chat? Oh, no.
Yeah, this could be like my MJ flu game.
MJ flu game.
Fighting through it. I need my hands for my
There
job.
it is!
Oh, boy.
There it is! All right, Sam.
Harrison's drinking a boot.
You know how to fill it up.
Yeah.
3 beers.
Here, wait. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get some shout outs here. Davey, $30. Das Boot.
Davey. You guys did it. You guys did it. Sir Mustachio says Das Boot as well.
He clinched it.
That clinched it because technically we were just short, I think. R&R says all they got is a 4th bad trade. I disagree. Quinn's not playing that well this year. 1 sack. He makes $17 million a year. He's 32. It's kind of the market. I thought it might be a 5th or 6th, so I'll take a 4th. I'll take a 4th, if I'm being honest. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to do the boot, and then we're playing shot clock.
All right.
Then we're playing shot clock. What is Eagles up to? They just had something happen.
Not nearly as much as Bears now is. They're at $400. $400 even, which is still pretty good.
Yeah, they're at 400. That's good. We're at 1,000. It's also good. Nah, in all seriousness, that's we're all one company here at Chat Sports. Eagles
Bears
now.
We're one company here at Bears now by Chat Sports.
No, Chase does a great job over there. One of our producers, Trace, has done a great job over there as well. So kudos to those guys.
It's actually Jeff in there with them right
We're having
now.
fun. Producer Jeffrey Cooperstein actually producing today over there. He's doing a great job. So Sam doing a great job here. It's a team effort. Team effort. It's a lot of fun. Who won the trade? We'll get some shout-outs while Sam fills up. Das Boot! Das Boot! All right. All right. I got to mentally prepare myself. Oh, my God. Got to mentally prepare myself for this boot. Got to mentally prepare myself. Doing some jogging in place. Stretching out. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Levante says Chicago. Cole says Philadelphia. Davey says Chicago. Robert says Chicago. Donald says FGB. Richard says Chicago. Michael says Chicago. Donald says Chicago. Busy says Das Boot. Sean says Chicago. We got Eric saying Chicago, Philadelphia. Liz says Chicago. Kevin says Chicago. Brian, Philadelphia. Ramon says Philadelphia. Liz says Chicago. We got Angel saying Chicago. Here we go. The boot is filled. Can it be done in one fell swoop? Here it is. Here it is.
Harrison, do you have a record here?
I've only done one or two boots. Now,
that wasn't my question. What's the record?
It was over a minute. I couldn't do it all in one chug. Now, I've done fish bowls, which is about 2 beers. This is 3, though, and I've already had several. So this is going to take mental fortitude, but you got to be built different. You have to be built different. So I'm going to give myself about a minute to mentally prepare here. Type HG in the chat. Wish me luck. HG in the chat.
I'll give some shout-outs while Harrison
Sam will get some shout-outs while I kind of
mentally gets himself right.
Get ready here. This is not my forte. I'm a 1 beer chug guy, not a 3. Oh, my goodness. Can it be done? Can it be done?
Just watching Harrison mentally prepare himself for this is electric. By the way, let the record show I did cut the finger just a little bit there from the.
Oh man, you're putting your body on the line.
Listen,
blood, sweat, and tears for Bears now.
You said it, not me. I'm just here to do my best for the team. It's not about me. It's about the team.
Effort.
I'm here to contribute to the team. What's another cliche?
There's no I in team.
It's a week-by-week league.
Yes.
Matt Ryan said it this morning. It's a week-by-week league, and the performance has got to be there, and the performance is going to be here, whether I cut my finger open or not.
It might be a week-to-week league, but his week this week is sitting on the bench behind Sam Ellinger, of all people.
He's going to get nice and warm on that bench in Washington because they have the heated benches, don't they? That they traveled to Dallas or something, whatever it was. Was it the Cowboys that did that?
He plays for the Colts.
No, sorry.
That was Washington. The Cowboys took a heated bench to Washington because their benches suck. That's what it was.
I've got the train entirely off the tracks a little bit here.
So maybe Sam, how do you start? Like this? and then you turn it, or does it really
You're
matter?
supposed to turn it a little bit because the bubble comes from.
I know, but how does it start, or does it? The bubble comes regardless.
The bubble comes. Well, the bubble kind of comes regardless. I'm curious if you start sideways, if that makes things better, because I've always started it just
I might try it.
front down, but
I might try
let's see it.
All right. Type HG, under a minute. Sam, if you want to time it.
Let's set the timer.
Oh my
Let's
goodness.
set a record here on Bears Now. Cheer him on. Type HG in the
I'm
chat.
not beating Jeremy, I'll
Let's
tell
go.
you that. All right.
Yeah, you're not beating
When
7
liquid
seconds.
hits, you can start. Here we go. Deep breath, Harrison. You got this. I'm going to scoot back just in case there's there's an issue.
And go. All right, in the meantime, keep typing HG. I'm going to give some shout outs here. Let's see who we got. I'm going to hold this. There's the webcam. All right, I see Dennis in there, Sean's in there, Ramon and Angel Vasquez. Are y'all brothers? Let me know. Busy Womack, the Sports Card Channel, Levante Rogers in there, Brian's in there, Dennis is in there, the Sports Card Channel's in there again. Groovy Guy Mike, you got this. Harrison Big Dog, Ron's in there, Liz, Paul, Dennis. Don't look at my notification, that's for work.
Some spillage, but for me, that was pretty good.
That was, you
For
finished?
me, that was pretty good for me. We're empty. That's about as good as I can do.
33.13.
I'll take it.
That's a new record.
Some spillage, but you know what? For me, that's pretty good.
The shirt winds up getting washed anyways.
Yeah,
so.
I got to wash the shirt anyways.
Grade the chug. ABCDF. Look at that. Battle scars.
For me, it's a solid B+. Now, on the chat sports scale, it's probably like a C-. But I got it done. Some spillage.
Relative to some of the degenerates we have in this office, maybe not great, but relative to the normal population, that's pretty solid.
I will take that chug, and I timed the turn pretty good. I got rid of the bubble.
Wait, did you start? I missed it. Did you start head
sideways.
on?
No, I started.
You started
like this,
sideways, and the bubble
then I
still
made my
came.
way this way, and I got rid of it.
The bubble didn't come at all.
So what happens in this thing is about halfway through a bubble comes.
It's like the air bubble from the foot of the boot.
Yeah. And are y'all done? Y'all still going? We crossed 1,000, so I had to do a boot.
Yeah, your shirt did the boot too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
there's
know.
some battle scars
But
on that thing, huh?
one fell swoop. That's good for me.
That's right.
33 seconds, that's good for me. That is good for me.
A lot of A's in the chat, too, by the way.
Ramon says A.
A
What'd
few-
y'all end
a
up
few
with? Like
Ds.
forfeit? Good day at the company. What'd y'all peak at? Let's do this. That's pretty good. Let's do this, Sam. Shot clock, well, let's do 1 minute. So let's make that adjustment. So R&R, watch he get 12 sacks now, how much contract we eat. After this year, I think he's off the books. The Bears are going to pay for most of the rest of this year, but he'll be off the books beyond 2022. So the shirt needs to get washed, but otherwise, I'm pretty happy with that. Who you got on Sunday? We'll be live for a watch party. Type DAL for the Cowboys, CHI for the Bears. Let us know. DAL for the Cowboys, CHI for the Bears. Let's get it. That'd be so glorious if the Bears beat the Cowboys Sunday. Are you kidding me? That would be so glorious. Brian says Chicago, so does Ron, Dodge, the Sport Card, Robert, IC Dog. I just did a boot. But I did it in one fell swoop. 33 seconds for me is pretty good. I'm not a boot chugger. I'm more of a bong guy. I know. Yeah. It was every once in a while. Busy says Chicago. We got a super chat from Petey. Well done, sir. Thank you, Ramon. We got Marcellus in Chicago. We did get a soup, Sammy. Let's show that soup, and then we'll play the game. Appreciate all the shout-outs, George, Scott, and Devin saying Chicago as well. Pete with the super chat. Nice chug, HG. What do you think of the trade? Yeah, if you're just joining us, Robert Quinn for a fourth. I think it's fair for both sides. I think Philadelphia adds a quality veteran, and the Bears get out of a contract beyond this year. That's not great. So it's a win-win. Quinn wasn't performing at a high level in this defense, so Let's see what he can do in Philadelphia. It is what it is. It is what it is. All right, so here's the deal. What did I message you? I don't even know what I messaged you. Don't make it Fireball related, just in general. You see what I said? Super Chat menu still stays the same. $20 for a Fireball shot, $100 for a beer bong. I mean, sure, if we get to 2,000 total, I'll do another boot. I don't think we're getting to 2,000 though.
That's a handshake agreement.
If everyone sends in $2, we'll get there, but I don't have expectations for that. Icy Dog says trade makes sense for both sides. I'm with you. I think it's fair. I think it's fair. I think it's a good deal for both sides. All right, so here's the deal. We're being told we need to wrap up soon unless we keep getting Super Chat. So we're going to play Shot Clock. If you haven't played this before, it's very simple. If we don't get a Super Chat in the next minute, 60 seconds, obviously, we're done. We got to sign off and leave the studio for one of our other hosts. We got a lot of videos to produce the rest of the day. So starting now, any amount of Super Chat will stay alive. We have a minute to get there. In the meantime, type FGB. I'll get some shout-outs. Type FGB. If we don't get a Super Chat in the next minute, we'll sign off. Thank you, guys. Freddie says from a non-drinker, I think it's an A. Yeah. I mean, some of the stuff these guys can do up here is impressive. 25 seconds in. If we don't get a Super Chat, we're signing off. Robert says FGB. Devin, Ron. FGB says FGB. Shout out to you. Eric, Bruce, Robert, Busy. We got drink more, drink for free, damn it. I mean, I've been drinking on top of the Super Chats. 15 seconds. If we don't get there in the next 15, if we don't get any Super Chat, it only takes $1. Vito says, proud of you, took it like a champ. Thank you, Vito. Wasn't easy, but we got it done. All right, we got 5 seconds. If no Super Chats come in, we're signing off. 5, 4, 3. Ooh, just in time. Eric Snare saying FGB. He wants to hang out. Eric Snare, that was right at the buzzer, so we're going to have to go back to Shot Clock right away. But, Eric, I'll drink a sip for every Super Chat. I think that's only fair. Cheers to you. So, beers cheers for any amount at this point. The other two prices stay the same. 20 for a shot, 100 for a beer bong. So, all right, we're going to run it back. Since it was at the buzzer, we got to start again. Here we go. 1 minute. If you want us to stay alive, we'll continue to give shout-outs for FGBs. Scott, Anthony, Deadpool, need a Super Chat in the next 50 seconds. Otherwise, we're signing off. Anthony, Steven, Mike says, oh, that was quick. Elvis with the 20-piece. That's a shot. Reset the clock here. We'll throw Elvis on screen here. Cheers to you, Elvis. Appreciate it, my friend. We reset the clock here. And by the way, if we don't get any more, perfectly fine. We've gotten over $1,000. This has been a lot of fun. But if you guys want us to stay alive, that's what we got to do. So here we go. Another minute here. We'll get some more FGB shout-outs. Need a Super Chat. If we don't get one, we'll sign off here. Jennifer says FGB. Joseph says FGB. So does George. We got Justin saying FGB. Eric says, have I ever mentioned FGB? I think so, Eric. I think so. 25 seconds gone. Michael says FGB. Okay, there we go. Reset it. Alex with the two-piece. Appreciate it, Alex. Take a sip for that. Couple more coming in, so that buys y'all a little bit of time. Oh, Geezer says, enjoy the show. Can't wait for the draft shows. Me neither, man. We love draft season here at Chat Sports. Don't get me wrong. I want to do the rest of the season first and then free agency, but the draft is always a lot of fun. I think this next draft is going to be a ton of fun for the Bears. This is a team that wants to build through the draft, so you're going to want to be subscribed, so be sure to hit that sub button if you haven't. Paul Dow, got to take a sip for O'Geezer. And Paul Dow. He says, what about the O-lineman we signed off at Miami's practice squad? Will he play? Remind me who that was. That was, I'm drawing a blank. It was the Kellen Deesh. Kellen Deesh. Doesn't sound like him. He's still on the practice squad, I believe. So they elevated Dieter Eiselin to be the backup center. That's where things sit right now after Lucas Patrick's injury.
To be fair, I think a guy that a lot of people had as a player that was going to get drafted.
Yeah, I think he's a guy that could develop and maybe have a chance in the future. All right, we're resetting the clock here. So here we go. 60 seconds. Who wants to stay alive? Need a super chat in the next minute. We'll continue to get the FGB shout-outs. Paul Dow, Jimmy Roof. We got Sonder, Dennis. Yeah, Kellen Dees. Thank you, JJ. I was able to figure it out. Dennis, F Cow. F the cows. That's kind of funny. Zeke is out. Have they decided that? He didn't practice today. I didn't see anything about him being ruled out, but 30 seconds gone. We don't get a super chat. Well, we just did. Eric Snare. I haven't seen anything about Zeke's status. But he did not practice today, banged up his knee. They do have Tony Pollard. They're kind of like the Bears where they have two good backs. They have Zeke and Pollard. The Bears have Montgomery and Herbert. So, but yeah, I mean, if Zeke's not out there, that kind of hurts Dallas, especially in the short yardage game. Eric Snare, we'll flash this super chat. I'll take a sip. Cheers. He says, any star-owned lineman to sign in free agency? Elton Jenkins, Orlando Brown are kind of the top two guys. I think Mitch Morse at center is a free agent. He could be an option, but Orlando Brown's the big one. Elton Jenkins as well from the Packers. I would love to get my hands on him. He's played all 5 positions in the NFL. That is very, very rare. All right, resetting here. Keep the FGBs coming. What is the record for Super Chats? Over $2,100. Preseason week 3 against the Browns, we got $2,100. Last week was our second most. Or Monday, really, a couple days ago. Monday Night Football, we got over, that was quick. Monday Night Football, we got over 1,700. Tony Williams with the 5-piece. Appreciate it, Tony. He says, I like the trade. There's good players in these mid-rounds, plus Quinn is old, and they can even use the pick to move up if they want to. Absolutely. 2 fourths, you could move up into the third. Cheers. Here we go. Starting over. 1 minute. 1 minute. F the Cows. FGB, F Detroit, F Minnesota from Freddie. Let's get F Cow. Can we get that made? That's what the people want. F Cow. We'll do F Cow. Type F Cow. Type F Cow. We're 20 seconds in. Michael says Velus Jones needs the Canadian Football League. Let's pump the brakes. Now, you guys want F Cal, but we're 30 seconds in. If we don't get another super chat, it's a moot point. We're going to sign off. Not F Cal, F Cow, like Cowboys. RGLB says it. Gary, Robert. We're running out of time. If we don't get a super chat, we're signing off. Got about 10 seconds. Now we're at 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Need a super chat. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're out of time. We'll wait until the fax machine processes, but if none come in, we're going to have to sign off here. F Dow from Cody, F Cal from Lawrence. Doesn't look like one's going to come in. Okay, here's what we'll do. Alex got one in, but it was after the buzzer, so the shot clock reduces to 30 seconds now. That's the rule. Alex, you get it in here, but we got to reduce the super chat. Tony got it in too. Y'all got it in, but it was late, so we got to be fair. I'm a man of my word, and it was after 60 seconds, so we'll stay live, but it's got to drop to 30 seconds now. Paul Dow sent one in too. Appreciate the super chats from everyone. Cheers all around. Just to see HG drink, let's get it. I'm down to hang out, but we got other hosts, other channels trying to do videos, so we can't hold the studio space for free. We are a business. So 30 seconds here, so throw this up, and then we'll start here. Here we go. Y'all got to be quick on your feet. 30 seconds. NRG says still got it in. It was after the buzzer, but we will count it. But we did have to reduce to 30. It goes quick. We're already 15 seconds in. Type FCOW if you want a shout out. Type FCOW. Got to get those supers in if you want us to stay alive. My shirt is kind of dry now. You almost can't even tell. It's getting close. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm not seeing any. Busy says FCOW. Justin says FCOW. Devin says FCOW. It's those classic tees. True Classic Tees, they can absorb beer. They can absorb beer. Go check them out. TrueClassicTees.com/chat. All right, I think we're done here. Guys, thank you very much. Robert Quinn traded to the Eagles for a 4th-round pick. You guys have been phenomenal today. Paul Dow sent one in. I mean, if it comes in that late, I mean, what do you want me to do? I'll tell you what. Here's what I'll offer. He says keep it going. It's well after the buzzer. I'll tell you what. Here's the deal. I'm going to give you 1 minute, but we got to get $50 total. Otherwise, none after the buzzer. It doesn't matter. We're signing off. My boss is telling me we got to go. If we get 50 total in the next minute, I will stay, and we'll reset the clock to 30 seconds. Otherwise, I feel like I'm not a man of my word if I stay alive just for the hell of it. So 1 minute, if we get $50 total, so if 10 of you guys send in $5, if one of you guys send in 50, we'll stay. But I mean, that was way late. I got to be fair. I can't bend the rules here to justify keeping studio space. So we need 50 total, which, by the way, 2 50s would be a beer bong. We're 30 seconds old. Paul, appreciate it. NRG says you can't end the game on a penalty. One more play. I'm giving you one more play. Producer Sam, am I being fair?
This is like your Hail Mary at the end of the game.
I'm being fair. $50 in a minute. That's a Hail Mary. It's up to you guys to connect on the Hail Mary. You got 20 seconds. I'm giving you another play. Subscribe to the channel. $50 in a minute, another boot. I'm not doing a boot for 50. I'll tell you what. If we get to 50, I'll do a beer bong. Deal? You got 15 seconds. 15 seconds, and then we got to get out of here. If you guys deliver, we'll hang out, but that's the cost. We got 20, and we also have 10 seconds left. 10. Actually, I'll stop the timer while I read the super chat. So we have 10 seconds left. We need $30 more. Let's go. Keep it rolling. We need $30. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'll give a buffer time because I know, you got to, YouTube can be slow. I'll give it another 10 or so seconds, but if not, I do have to take a shot for Paul Dow, so I'll give you until I'm done with the shot. How about that? I think that's fair. We crossed $1,100, by the way. I appreciate you guys. Cheers. All right, I'm not seeing any more come in. Guys, seriously, all the donations, you guys are crazy, but in a good way. We created, 4 new studios, Sam? 5? And that's largely due to you guys donating to the company here. I mean, you guys are incredible. We've been able to do NRG. I get to see some of it, NRG. We're good there. Subscribe to the channel. We have fun. We do this. If the Bears make another trade, we'll go live, of course. So hit that big red button and subscribe. Robert Quinn is off to Philadelphia for a 4th-round pick. Appreciate all the love. I'll tell you what. I'll chug the rest of my seltzers. We get out of here, and then someone says keep Harrison slurring. We missed the boat. We're done. We're signing off. Subscribe to the channel. Cheers. Someone says LL truly. Hell yeah. I'm not afraid. I love the Trulies, but I've also been chugging beers as well. Don't at me. Cheers to Bears fans. Robert Quinn gets traded. Videos leading up to Sunday. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Shout out producer Sam for hanging with us today. He chugged a couple beers as well. Cut his finger doing a shotgun. He's putting his blood on the line, so shout out to him.
No risk it, no biscuit.
Someone says Harrison getting his water in. I will be now. I actually haven't had a sip of this yet, but I will be now. Shout out to you guys. We're going to sign off here. Robert Quinn traded the Eagles. Best of luck to him. And we'll see you guys soon here on Bears Now.